If you looking for recommend Apple TV Plus series in 2023. In this video, we will recommend the top 10 best Apple TV Plus series in 2023. So check it out. Number 10. Extrapolations, 2023. Director, Scott Z. Burns.
It won't go the way you want. It never does.
Unanticipated stories of how the upcoming changes to our planet will affect love, faith, work, and family on a personal and human scale. In Extrapolations, a much-feared future approaches. With the exponential increase in global warming, planet Earth is collapsing and threatening all beings that inhabit it and depend on technology and scarce natural resources to survive. The plot focuses, through 8 intersecting stories, on the particularities of how extreme climate change affects different spheres of personal life, family, love, work, and faith. Number 9. Drops of God, 2023. Director, Quoc Dang Tran.
The world. Its full value, $148 million.
Set in the world of gastronomy and enology, the plot begins with the sudden death of Alexandre Leger, a prestigious French enologist and businessman, creator of the famous Leger wine guide. Since Leger has died at his home in Tokyo, her daughter Camille, whom he had not seen since she separated from her mother, must travel from Paris to Japan. During her trip, the young woman discovers that in her will, her father has left her a magnificent wine collection, the most complete that exists in the world. The only condition to obtain his father's inheritance is that he must defeat Issei Tomine, a young and brilliant winemaker. Number 8. The Last Thing He Told Me, 2023. Director, Josh Singer.
Where's my dad?
I don't know. What is that?
The Last Thing He Told Me is a dramatic thriller miniseries that adapts the acclaimed bestseller of the same name written by Laura Dave. Hannah's daily life is completely disrupted after the mysterious disappearance of her husband, Owen. The couple, along with Bailey, Hannah's teenage stepdaughter, led a seemingly perfect family life. In order to discover the truth about Owen's strange disappearance, Hannah and her grumpy 16-year-old stepdaughter must strengthen their relationship. The secrets and difficulties of family connections will then be the key to solving the mystery. Number 7. Platonic, 2023. Director, Francesca Del Banco.
You're like a couple of teenage girls. Your whole thing is so weird and destructive.
2 former best friends reunite after many years. The all-consuming friendship of the 2 40-year-olds turns their lives upside down in a hilarious way. Sylvia and Will are longtime friends and maintain a relatively platonic relationship, but after a disagreement in their teenage years, the duo separates. After years apart, as they reach middle age, they become closer. After so much time and so many changes in their lives, the dynamics between best friends change and become more complex, generating situations as unusual as they are intense. Number 6. The Crowded Room, 2023. Director, Akiva Goldsman.
Go!
Based on the biographical book The Minds of Billy Milligan, written by Daniel Keyes, we understand how Billy Milligan, in the series called Danny Sullivan, Tom Holland, became the first person to be acquitted of a crime because of multiple personality disorder, now known as dissociative identity disorder. The mystery behind the case and the past of the boy involved in a shooting in New York is unraveled through interviews and interrogations conducted by Raya, Amanda Seyfried, a clinical psychologist dedicated to the cause but who needs to balance her professional life with. Number 5. Lessons in Chemistry, 2023. Director, Sarah Adina Smith.
Why do you assume that his day was longer than hers? Why don't you make them drink?
In the 1950s and 1960s, an amazing scientist decides to revolutionize the world for women. Elizabeth Zott is a brilliant woman who wants to continue fulfilling her dreams by working in what she loves most, science. She believes that she deserves the same opportunities as men, because she even works longer than them and works twice as hard to prove that she deserves a job. Placed in the laboratory of the Hastings Research Institute, But the society of that time did not believe that a woman's role was to be outside her home. Despite her intelligence, contributions, and great abilities, Elizabeth is fired from her and must move forward as a single mother, since she is also pregnant and will do what is necessary so that both she and her baby can have a better life. Number 4. Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, 2023. Director, Chris Black. The plot takes place some time after Godzilla's battle against the Titans and follows two brothers who have undertaken a mission to follow in their father's footsteps and discover their family's connection to the secret organization known as Monarch. The first clues lead them to Army Officer Lee Shaw, but also bring them closer to the mysterious world of monsters. Now, Monarch is in the spotlight, and his survival is in danger. The two brothers are about to discover a series of secrets about their family that will change their lives. Number 3. Shrinking, 2023. Director, James Ponsoldt.
He just kept on going on and on about how dumb I am. But he loves me.
A grieving therapist starts to tell his clients exactly what he thinks. Ignoring his training and ethics, he finds himself making huge changes to people's lives, including his own. Jimmy has lost his wife and has since been trying to find his way in life as a father, friend, and therapist. One day, he decides to always tell his patients his opinion without embellishment, regardless of whether this violates any ethical rules. In doing so, he repeatedly offends the people around him, but often changes their lives, and his own at the same time. Number 2. Hijack, 2023. Director, George K.
If they try something, and then this plane goes down, I don't get home to my family.
Sam Nelson is an outstanding negotiator in the world of finance and commerce, as his enormous business skills are what have taken him far with the company he represents. Due to the environment in which he works, he is constantly traveling, so during his flight to London, things seem to be going well until a terrible event in the air begins to unleash chaos among all the passengers. Anyone on board flight KA-29 becomes a hostage since the flight is hijacked. Sam will avoid plunging into the panic that has already been sown and will try to do what he knows best. Negotiate. He will become the only hope for everyone on the plane because he will be in charge of talking to the hijackers to avoid the loss of human life. Number 1. Silo, 2023. Director, Graham Yost.
Theory about the silo. I need to find out the truth.
A drama series inspired by the eponymous trilogy of novels by Hugh Howey. Set in a dystopian world, the story follows the last 10,000 people to inhabit Earth. All of them live in a place called a silo, located more than a kilometer deep, to avoid coming into contact with the toxic substance that killed the rest of the population. None of the survivors know why the silo was built, and anyone who has tried to find out has suffered terrible consequences. Despite this, Juliet, an engineer, will not rest until she finds the answers to the murder of one of her loved ones. She soon finds herself caught up in a more disturbing mystery that leads her to discover that knowing the truth could end her life.